reading at Space 220.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of cool stuff this weekend. We're going to record. So hopefully, here's the plan, is that Wednesday and Friday shows next week will be recorded while we're there. Like just, like in the parks. Because, we're going to have a lot of downtime sitting around, like waiting for Harmonious. And
you'll be sitting in the hub for 7 hours, so you might as well.
We can record it on like our phones because you get decent quality there. So we'll see how it goes.
Who knows? Well, I look forward to hearing it all.
We'll see. I always say that. Like Ricky says, Ricky's right. I always say, okay, I'm gonna record tons of audio. We're gonna put a show when I get home. Then I get home like, dude, I recorded 7 minutes the first day, and then I got too tired. Hey, everybody! Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Brad is joining us from New York. What part of New York? I forget.
Well, I'm actually in Connecticut, just on the border of New York.
See, the whole Northeast is New York to me.
It's all,
Midwest.
It's all the same.
Everything west of Pennsylvania, like Philadelphia, that's New York. New Jersey, New York, everything.
The tri-state area.
There you go. I guess Maine's its own thing. Maybe Vermont, New Hampshire.
There you go.
I just remember in school, we had to memorize 50 states. And then, it was scary enough. I had to teach it when I taught 5th and 6th grade. Vermont, we always had to be like, remember, it looks like a V on the map. That's how you see Vermont from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Probably the same state, just about, other than that. But
there's not much different between the two.
Exactly. That's probably what they say about Missouri and Illinois. Corn, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will talk so this will be for this Monday, the first show out of the 50th, and we'll talk for like 30-35 minutes about the trip. Just share any stories you have. Stories are the best. I like the stories.
Great.
So hopefully everybody does. Yes, Jeff in the morning. Yay. Me too. Maybe I'll see your plane in the air too. Oh, and I'm flying on that new Southwest plane with all the decorations. Not. Maybe. Probably not. That'd be cool, but I'm probably not. Okay. God, 1976 already. Here we go. My phone off. Where's the dog? I don't know where the dog went, but hopefully it didn't get the hedgehog. All right. Oh, Jeff's driving. All right, I'll wave to you because I'll be flying over you. There you go. Because I'm always looking out the window. Yes, Susan's got her dessert reservations for her birthday. Yes.
Nice.
Eat all the desserts. I've already told my wife, my goal of this trip is to get the Uncle Orville, whatever that thing is, that little dessert. It's a ice cream sundae in a bathtub. It's got a brownie in it too.
Where's that at?
Anti-Gravity's right there across People Mover kind of thing. They actually had, when the plaza was closed, that was kind of the only place to get a decent ice cream in the Magic Kingdom this summer, or last summer, like in August. They had a little brownie sundae, which worked out well, but now that place will be a nut house. And here's the other thing real quick before we start recording. You'll appreciate this. They have this cheeseburger at Cosmic Rays. It's like a bacon cheeseburger, but it's got mac and cheese on it. And on the top of the bun, they have like Cheeto dust. Oh my God. I can't get that because that has to be like 7,000 calories. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'll eat the whole stinking thing. So I'm not even going to order it.
I'd have to sleep for like 11 hours after that.
Oh, but it looks so good. I cannot get it. That is insanity. There's no way. I might get like there's so much good food down there right now. I'm sure the line is crazy, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Case 1976. Welcome to episode 1976 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Monday to you. Hope your week is off to a great start and your weekend was awesome. Mine sure was. I got to spend some time down at Walt Disney World for the 50th celebration. And I'm headed home today. I know, sad face, but hey, you got to be happy that it happened. You can't be sad that it's over because we made some awesome memories and we'll be bringing that to you this week here on the show. So Wednesday and Friday, stand by for some great content about some of the new offerings down at Walt Disney World, some of the memories of what happened down there in the semi-magical chaos that you could say down at Walt Disney World when the big event happens. So we're going to have lots to talk about here coming up on this week's show. So stand by for that. But first, you're here for a great night because we're going to have a fun trip report. We're going back to July, and this was when I was down at Walt Disney World, same time, same resort. So I can promise you this was a great trip. My friend Brad from out in Connecticut is joining us today. Brad, happy Monday. How you doing?
Hey, Mike, how are you? So good to talk to you.
I'm glad to have you on the show. Thanks for coming in. Pinch hitting here at the very last minute. I appreciate it. You know what? I didn't have a cancellation. What it was I didn't schedule anybody for this night because I thought I was going to be at Walt Disney World. I decided to go down one extra day later. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have anybody scheduled. So yes, thank you for saving our skin here on a Monday. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's what we do, right?
That's exactly right. Okay. Now I know we're past, we had the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World on Friday, but now if you think about it, we're officially in the 50th, anniversary celebration of Walt Disney World, which we don't know when it's going to end. It might end in 2027, knowing Disney, who knows? So we can keep asking this question. So looking back, you get to bring back something, and Disney's brought back, we had that vault, all that kind of retro merchandise. I hope that at this point I own one of those lunch boxes. They had those like little tin lunch boxes with the thermos.
Mhm.
That was my goal for the weekend. I don't know yet if I had it because we're recording this before I left, but hopefully I do. What would you bring back? Those shows, parades, promotions,
Ooh.
anything you could bring back, an attraction? What would you bring back from the last 50 years?
Oh my god, that's a very hard question. I mean, I'd say probably. I know some people aren't going to agree with it, but the sorcerer's hat.
Wow, that's a hot take.
So I know I just made a lot of friends and a lot of enemies, so I'm okay with that.
You know what though? The longer we get away from the sorcerer's hat at the studios,
You
people
learn to appreciate it more.
exactly. I think we do have more fond
Yeah.
memories because you know what? A part of me now, not all of me. Back off, people. A little bit of me misses the wand, the hand, the wand on Space.
Mm.
Not a whole lot of me. Back off. I know. I was excited when it went away, but a little bit of me misses that old hand. It was kind of cool. Or it's at Epcot.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help Brad out. I'm trying to deflect.
I'm gonna get so much hate mail now.
Exactly. I'm just trying to save a guy here. Okay. So one other thing though, tell us why you're a Disney fan, why you listening to Disney podcasts. Like, what's the draw for you? What's your background?
So I went a few times when I was growing up, but I don't really remember it much because I was little. But then about 7 years ago or so, maybe 6 years ago, we got invited to a wedding down in Disney, and it was my wife's friend, and she asked me if I wanted to go, and I said no, no way. I have zero interest in going to Disney World. I don't want to be around people. It's not happening. We're not going. But she really wanted to go. So we compromised and we went. So we took our 2-year-old down, and my mom came so that she could watch him while we went to the wedding. And I was carrying my son Jack, who's now 8, into Magic Kingdom on the first day, and I got to see it through his eyes, and I was done. Like Disney World had my money and all my time and all my energy and all my love from then on.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you have kids, especially if you take them to a place like Walt Disney World. It's a dangerous proposition. That'll
Yeah.
get every time. And I know you have a son. I'll just tell you, I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. I'm just telling you, a dad and a daughter, you're totally done. It's just
I
I mean,
mean, I just looking at his face as we walked in, it's magical. It truly is. So I was sold.
that's and all the executives at Disney say, well done.
Yep, they knew exactly what they were doing with me, and they got me.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about your trip this summer. So
Yeah.
tell us how it came together. Like you guys were down there in July. Tell us
Yes.
who traveled with you, but how'd you put it together? Why'd you pick those dates and how'd you kind of plan it out?
So actually, this trip started in March 2020. We were scheduled to go. That we went to bed. Um, the kids went to bed the night before we left, and right after they went to bed, Disney announced they were closing. So we had to cancel, and we had to wake them up in the morning and tell them, no, we're not actually going to Disney World.
And how old were the kids again at this time? They were
So
7.
they were 7 and 4 at that point.
Okay. I mean, tough age. Huh?
Yeah, like it was just heart wrenching. for me too.
Exactly. Especially kids though, because they have no idea what any of this
Yeah, and right at that point, we still had no idea what COVID really was, and
right.
we thought it was going to be like a 2 week shutdown.
Exactly.
So we decided to book for July 2021. We're like, all right, we'll wait a couple months. Clearly, that didn't happen. We pushed it to December 2021. That didn't happen. We pushed it again to March. Sorry, so
Yeah,
that was
2020
2020,
for those other
and
days,
then
yeah.
we pushed it to March 2021, and that didn't happen. So we finally landed on July because my birthday. I wanted to go down for my 40th, but we couldn't do that. So we decided to go down for my 41st. And we decided then to make it a surprise trip for the kids. So my oldest son, Jack, his birthday is July 11th. So we gave them a combined gift on his birthday because my youngest, Chase, his birthday is in June. So we combined their gifts on July 11th and gave them a surprise trip to Disney World.
And you know what? Honestly, at the point we were at after having them disappointed in March of 2020 and then all the cancellations and
Yeah.
basically postponements, a surprise trip's not a bad idea at this point with all the, you just don't know what's going to happen. And
Yeah.
so it's better to have
Well,
another
yeah,
day.
we didn't want to get
Yeah,
them
exactly.
excited just to
Right.
have it postponed again.
Yeah. Hey, it is happening. Let's go. And yeah,
Yeah.
anticipation building up. So how did you kind of spring the news that, hey, we're heading down this time for real? We're getting out of here.
So we put some balloons in a box. We attached the balloons to the magic bands, and then we had T-shirts that said "Surprise Family Trip" and it had the date on it. So my oldest is old enough to read the date and understand that it was the next day. So he starts running around the room going crazy, and my youngest son has no idea what's going on. He's just standing there playing with the balloon. So it took a while for them to really understand. Like, yeah, we're leaving tomorrow morning, and we're going to Disney for a week.
That's super cool.
It
The
was
younger
awesome.
one's just excited because the older one's excited.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's getting ready to happen. This is good. Okay, so tell us about you guys. You guys fly out of New York. There, you're flying JetBlue.
Yep.
How's the travel with kids that age?
It, my kids are great. Like they've been traveling. Like this is our sixth time since my oldest was born, going down to Disney. So they've been doing it their entire lives. They're great on flights, and we go through a small airport in Westchester, New York. That's super easy. So it's not a problem. JetBlue is great. We love them, trust them. It's super. We have no issue with traveling.
Cool. Okay, so you guys fly there. You stay at Caribbean Beach. So of all the resorts, you pick Caribbean Beach. So why do you land on that particular resort for this day?
So we were going back and forth to a couple different ones, but I really wanted to try the Skyliner. So I decided to go with Caribbean Beach. That gave us the opportunity to take the Skyliner to two parks. And it just so happens that you had booked Caribbean Beach, so I was like, you know what, I'll give it. If it's good enough for Mike, it's good enough for me.
It does work out well. This past weekend I stayed at Pop Century just trying to save a little bit of money. I got a lot
Mhm.
going on this fall all of a sudden with wine and dine, which I just kind of I got all excited with hey, Run Disney's back, and I wasn't planning on going down for that weekend. So try to save a little money there. Running the Chicago Marathon over weekend wasn't Chicago's super expensive. You think Disney's expensive. The hotel up there was crazy because I don't know where I'm going. So I had to get a hotel near the starting line just so
Yeah,
I can actually get there. Because, like at Disney, I know what I'm doing. In Chicago, I'm scared I won't find the starting line because there's nobody going to take me on a bus. So, anyway, yeah. So I'm trying to cut back a little bit. But yeah, I wish I was a Caribbean Beach because it is that one hop. Like at Pop, I got to catch a Skyliner,
yeah,
get over to Caribbean Beach, make the transfer. But I
yeah.
mean, that's why Caribbean Beach is a little bit more expensive and it's a moderate hotel. So, what did you think though? Because I was there at the same time
Mhm.
in my family, we loved it. I mean, we love the quiet pool. We love the feature pool. We're going to talk about Sebastian's in a minute. We love
Mhm.
the food court. I mean, it really, I think what made it for me personally, what I think makes Caribbean Beach nice outside of the Skyliner, which is a great perk, is having the Riviera there. I think
Yeah,
people don't think about that, but I mean, it gives you
yes.
a lot of deluxe amenities that you can take advantage of super easily. I mean, it is
Yep.
5-minute walk.
Yeah, the location's great, and the Skyliner just changes everything. So we love the resort. It is now our favorite resort, and we've already booked a trip next July to stay at the Caribbean beach again.
What do you remember what village you were in? I can't remember. We were in
We're
Aruba.
in Trinidad. We had the pirate room.
Oh, that's right. So that's closest to the Skyliner. That's one of the
Yes.
advantages. Did you okay? Because some people love the pirate rooms, some people hate them. I mean, I'll be honest, some people don't like them. And what did
Yeah.
you guys? How did it work out for you?
Well, pirate room itself was okay. Nothing to write home about. But the location so close to the Skyliner, and especially for me, the Joffrey's stand right there, it was a lifesaver, man. It was. I hit that thing up 3 or 4 times a day, getting a Jamaican Me Crazy, iced coffee. It was unbelievable.
You sent me notes back a few weeks back when we were setting this up initially, and in the notes, it's just an outline. In the one line that cracked me up when I read this initially said, "Drake Joffrey's like it was on the dining plan." That
It was
perfectly said. That's
Yeah, I got a Joffrey's first thing in the morning. I got it when I got off the Skyliner. I got it before going to the pool. It was awesome.
that's a dangerously placed little kiosk there at the Skyliner station
Mhm.
because I mean, not only do they have because I'm not a coffee drinker, but I mean they have things like donuts.
Oh, the apple fritter I was living on too. Like that thing was so good.
Very nice. Okay, so some of the other things I want to talk about because you put it in the notes, and I think these are going to
Mhm.
be things that I want to get out there that might be helpful for folks. Questions I get a lot as a travel agent, and just for listeners of the show, you guys rented a stroller and also rented a motorized scooter for your
Yes.
mom. So, talk
Yep.
to us about how you arranged that and how you felt it worked throughout the trip.
So arranging it was super easy. I had a question for you back, months ago. I put it on in the podcast, and you suggested Walker Mobility, and I contacted them. They were great. They recommended the best scooter. I kind of gave them our situation, and they recommended a certain scooter, and I booked that right over the phone. Super quick, super easy. They delivered it right to the room, which was really nice. So they were great. And then we rented a stroller for my kids who are a little older, but just a stand and sit one. So that the youngest could sit if he got really tired, and the oldest could stand, or
I've
one
seen
could
this.
stand.
Those look so cool. Where the kid that like stands in the
Yeah,
back, like
yeah, it's awesome.
so
It's so
cool.
helpful.
Those
Um,
they make those for adults.
hey, someone's got to start doing that. You might as well come up with
No,
the idea.
exactly. Epcot's big.
So the one issue we had with that was I foolishly scheduled them both to be delivered around the same time. And we got in late to the resort because there was a huge thunderstorm and they couldn't get the luggage off the tarmac because
Yeah.
it was lightning and everything. So we arrived at the resort um, at the exact time that the scooter was being delivered, the groceries were being delivered, and the stroller was being delivered, like all at the same time. And oh, by the way, there was a hailstorm going on at that time. It was like just madness.
Holy cow.
So I
Really?
remember I'm going down to meet the scooter guy, and I'm pushing the stroller with the groceries in it, with luggage. I'm tugging luggage, and it's just hailing on me. And I still have the biggest smile on my face because I'm in Disney World, and I just have not one care in the world.
I love this though. This isn't what it looks like on the planning video. Like,
No,
it's supposed to be sunny right now, and like the one cloud in the sky is supposed to look like
Mhm.
a Mickey head or something. I mean, come on now.
Yep, nope. So it was a interesting start to the trip, but the scooter was a lifesaver in a lot of ways. My mom had some health issues the months leading up to the trip, and it was a great way to help ensure that she could get around, and make sure that she didn't overdo it. And Walker Mobility was great, and they were very helpful. And the one downside I would say is it when you do have a scooter, you got to make sure you get to the bus stop early,
Mhm. Yeah.
because a bus can only take two scooters at once. So if you get there and there's more than one scooter ahead of you, you're waiting for the next bus no matter
Right.
what.
Right.
So we were always first in line for the bus every single morning. We were up and early, first in line at the bus stop, just to make sure we were there, at rope drop.
I will say with that too, just and then we'll go on to the next topic, is just that if you think you need one, and I'm talking strollers or motorized scooters, it's a good idea just to get it, to have it. I know a lot of people have, it can be like some people get like, fired up about strollers. I know some kids are older and you say, "Oh, they're too
Yeah,
old." If you're not, if you're not a parent, some parents are even the same way. But you know what? When Mallory was getting older, what we would do with a stroller is we would take it to the Magic Kingdom and we'd park it in the front of the park and she
yeah,
walked all day long. But if it's 7 o'clock in the evening and we've been going for 9 hours and she needed a stroller
yeah.
later, it was in the park. We could go get it. Same thing with with an electric scooter. It's kind of good to get one from a place like Walker Mobility or some, vendor rather than rent it at the park, because a lot of times you need it not only in the theme park, but also those resorts are gigantic and
And
it's
Caribbean Beach
Caribbean
is
Beach.
gigantic.
Exactly.
There was no way my mom was gonna make it back and forth to, the lobby every day or even to the Skyliner. But the scooter definitely helped with that. And yeah, with the stroller, you don't need to use it all the time. We didn't use it to go to the pool. We didn't use it to go to each ride, but having it there was awesome.
Let me ask you real quick about the groceries that work out well. Who'd you use for that?
So we used, I found during shutdown, I heard a lot of cast members were starting their own business after they got laid off. So I found a cast member who did grocery service delivery and booked with them, and it was fantastic.
That's awesome. That is so
Yeah.
cool that you did that, because that's really it's everybody, like, you got a service that you needed taken care
Mhm.
of and you help somebody out in their time of need. That's so cool
Yep.
to hear.
So
That's
I was very happy to do that. Very happy to support, cast members, past and present. So
awesome. All right, well, hey, let's jump into the theme parks. So,
do it.
we don't have to go theme park by theme park. Just, hey, what do you remember back from this summer? Like, what were some of the highlights? What
Um,
were your family of, attraction shows, just things you did? What about that?
so we hit up Galaxy's Edge for the first time.
Okay.
And that's what truly stands out to me in this trip because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I got it tattooed on my shoulder.
Oh, you're in.
Um, big Star Wars fanatic. So just going to Galaxy's Edge and just walking in there for the first time, it was it was mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. I was grinning ear to ear the entire. I was speechless for about 7.5 minutes, like just in awe of my childhood come to life.
So, okay, I remember the first time I went in. That's the same way. I mean, I don't have any tattoos. You win there. I do have I have a $30 lightsaber from Walmart on the wall right next
Hey,
to me. I don't
that's
have the good
something.
one. One of these days, I'm gonna get the good one. I swear, from Galaxy's Edge. I just
I
can't
hear
afford
you.
it right now. One of these days. But for now, I mean, it has a remote control and it changes colors. I mean, it's cool for $30.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just remember the first time I went into Galaxy's Edge. When I walked up to, because I had obviously seen coverage, pictures and stuff. I try to stay spoiler free, but you couldn't on Galaxy's Edge. It was everywhere because it wasn't just in Disney media; it was in pop culture media everywhere.
Mhm.
And the first time I came upon the Millennium Falcon, you know, it was just like, I mean, it was. I mean, I can't even hardly put it in words right now. It was like I'd been there so many times in my imagination in my
Mhm.
childhood, and then I was standing right, and it wasn't just the sight of the Millennium Falcon, like, it was like hissing, like, it was making the sounds that you
Yeah.
would hear, as it was sitting at Hoth when they were fixing it, getting ready to get off the plane. I mean, it was like my childhood had come. I mean, like, it was right
Mhm.
there, I could grasp it. I mean, is that kind of the same thing you felt?
Yeah, it was just seeing things that I never thought I'd see in my life. I never thought this would happen. I never thought there would be a Star Wars land, quote unquote. And there it was, and I was in it, and I'd been waiting for over a year to see it, and it was better than I imagined.
So, tell us about, I mean, so give us a quick review. Rise, I know that you said later on you got, a boarding group. Those are gone
We
now?
we got a waiting group for it, and we got in half an hour before park closed. We were one of the last boarding groups for it, and I tried to avoid spoilers as much as I could, but I'd seen a few things.
Yeah,
But I tried to avoid as much as I could. It was the coolest thing I've ever
it was
experienced in my
unreal.
life. It
It's
was unreal. Like
it is. It is.
it,
It
it like I
really
was like, there's no way it's gonna live up to the hype. There's no way. Like I'm going to be disappointed. No, it's way better than the hype.
No, I agree. Yeah, I'd seen the big room with the stormtroopers. That's about all because I try to stay free of the because that's everywhere, but just
Yep,
everything, so
it's
I'm
so
with you.
awesome.
Okay, I
But
want to make sure we get. I want to make sure we get everything in here. So
yeah,
I'm going to kind of lead you down some other paths. So
yeah,
you got your two boys.
yep,
How about the Magic Kingdom? Because that age, I mean, they're perfect for almost
yes.
everything there. So what did they really enjoy there? Because I would think most things there would just be like perfect for them.
Yeah, that tends to be the park that we always go to at least twice on a trip. Um, so this was the first time that the boys did Big Thunder, which was
Nice.
very exciting. They're finally tall enough to do it, and we loved it. It was awesome. We tried to do Seven Dwarves, but we tried rope dropping it, and by the time we got there, the line was all the way to Little Mermaid,
Yeah, it's crazy
and
looking.
we were like, "No, we're not doing this." So we rope dropped Little Mermaid that day. I
You're
never
probably the only one doing that. There you
I
go.
never thought I'd do that, but we tried Seven Dwarfs, didn't happen. My favorite ride in Magic Kingdom's People Mover, so I
There you
rode that a few times. You know, the kids went to Dumbo with my wife. I was like, "All right, I'm off to the People Mover." Rode it by myself. Got a Joffrey's.
I was gonna say, did you go to the Joffrey's right there?
Of
There you go.
course, come
Right.
on,
I
Mike.
was gonna say that's the one I grab a donut there when I get in line for
Yeah,
Space Mountain if it's long. There you
there
go.
you go. Yeah, so yeah, we love Magic Kingdom. So we did Magic Kingdom for 2 days. The second day we went, I booked a capture your moment
Yes.
photo session, which is worth every single penny you spend on it. It
So
was
tell us about like how you set it up and what the experience was like because a lot of people are always curious about this, but really don't know what it's all about.
yeah, so it's a private photo session in Magic Kingdom. I think the locations vary depending on the photographer and kind of how busy it is. Um, I booked it for the last day we were there on a Saturday. The mistake I made was I booked it for 12:15 in the afternoon. If I could do it again, I would do it first thing in the morning
Mhm.
when it's not 97 degrees and I'm not already covered in sweat.
Remember people, this was July in
This
Orlando.
was July. Um, it was so we were burning up, but we still take some. We took some amazing photographs. Like these are lifelong cherished photos that we got. They brought us to the hub, got some great photos with the castle in the background. We were able to get some magic shots with Mickey Mouse. So awesome.
On top of that, I think that would be really cool to do, especially now moving forward into the next, 18 months, because, as much as people hated the castle when it was at the 25th anniversary, it looked like a big birthday cake.
Mm,
It was a time and a place, like you knew, okay, this was in,
yeah,
that time when it was the 25th anniversary. Now they got that kind of iridescent looking castle. It's got that special. I don't know if it's going to stay looking like that. Probably not.
probably not.
Change. But
Yeah.
yeah. That's a great idea, and it gives you. Again, I like things like this that aren't overly expensive, and they kind
Mhm.
of feel like VIP. They make you feel like
Yes.
I'm doing something special with my family, and
Yeah.
it could be a tour, it could be a photo session, could be like we've gone fishing, with friends out on a pontoon boat. I
Yeah.
think it's cool to do stuff like that. Splurge a little bit.
Exactly, and it definitely was something unique that we did on the trip, and I would do it again next time. It was awesome. I highly recommend doing that.
That's very cool. Okay, so let's hop into some of your. Well, actually, let's talk Epcot because I'm curious about Epcot because again, your boys. Now, see, this is the park where I would think it'd be more of a challenge. I would think Animal Kingdom even would be a lot more fun because those that age they tend
Yeah,
to really like animals.
yeah.
Epcot, World Showcase, ton of fun. Maybe not for 8 and 4 year olds, but what? Maybe I'm wrong. How'd Epcot go?
So Epcot was great. So I chose to do Epcot on my birthday.
Okay,
So I wore the birthday pin, which was so cool to have that experience and just to have random people wish you a happy birthday. It was awesome. So I wanted to go to Epcot because I wanted to, start my day at Rose and Crown and start it right with an adult beverage,
heck yeah.
um, and hit up a few other countries along the way. But the kids love Epcot. They love the Frozen ride. They love Test Track. We love Nemo. We love Turtle Talk when it's around. Um, you know, my we tried living with the land for the first time, and
Best ride at Epcot.
that's what my youngest son says now. It's his favorite
He's a smart kid. Tell him I said that.
I will. That's his favorite ride now. And my oldest was able to do Soarin' for the first time, walk onto Soarin'. Like the beauty of Caribbean Beach again was we could walk to the Riviera, take the Skyliner to Epcot with the Hopper Pass, and we went there, 2 nights during our trip, and it was empty.
Now you were there too, right when the fireworks started again.
Yes, we didn't see the fireworks. We heard them.
Yeah,
Um,
that's worse.
yeah, we didn't see them. We're not big fireworks
Yeah,
fans. And we're more like rope drop and then hit the pool.
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
It's fine. So, but it makes sense. So, I mean, it sounds like there's a lot there for your kids. I didn't think about it. Again, my youngest is 13. She thinks she's 22. So it's really hard to kind of remember those days when they're like 8 and 4. It feels like it was 30 years ago. I'm just
yeah,
it's
and
amazing how quick that goes.
my kids fell in love with the pool at Caribbean Beach, like the main pool.
That is, you know what? That to me, that pool, it almost feels like you're swimming like through the Pirates of the Caribbean, like a scene
Yeah,
in the ride. Like that's what I always think when I walk past it or when I'm swimming in there.
yeah. Like when I say that the kids did that big water slide 111 times in the week, I'm not kidding. Like they lived on that water slide.
That's why it's there. And then, right across the way, you got Banana Cabana, which ain't a bad place to go either.
Yep, I enjoyed a few beverages there as well.
Okay. Well, hey, speaking of there, since we're in the neighborhood,
Yep.
we were both talking about this before we started recording. Sebastian's Bistro. Not a lot of folks have checked this out because it was new right before the shutdown. It just opened. We had the shutdown that you mentioned, in 2020. Then it came back open right before we all headed down. I went there. I didn't know about it. Like I was like, because it just opened right as we went down in July, and we got an ADR, and I said, yeah, because we were like going to cancel it. We're going to do Ohana instead. We were going back and forth. I said, no, I've been to Ohana a few times. Let's go to Sebastian's. Let's try. This place was good. I liked it. And you said the exact same thing.
Oh, my oldest son, it's his favorite restaurant in the world. He doesn't stop talking about it. So it was a place that, we knew it was on the resort. So I figured first night, we're taking it easy. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see how it is. Blown away. It was so good. So I dream about those rolls.
Those rolls were so good.
Oh, and the dessert was so good. It's
Yeah.
like a coconut cake thing, like coconut bread pudding or something. It was, oh,
It was a really, really good meal. And the thing was, I felt like, because a lot of people, and I don't know how it is. Again, I haven't been there since July, but it was very spaced out in there. I know a lot of
yes,
people, we get a lot of questions about, what do you think the capacity are in the restaurants? Some are a little bit more tightly packed than others, but this one was the most spaced out restaurant that I've been in at Walt Disney World ever. I mean, it
yeah,
was just, and I felt like, I was like, I can't believe they have it this spread out because it was super hard to get an ADR and, that's revenue. I think about
yeah,
how much are they making per square foot of the restaurant and they're, it's kind of, I shouldn't think about it that way, but I'm just like, wow, they got a lot of empty space in here, and this place could be super popular because it's so good.
yeah. It was definitely spread out, and we got a big table in the back, so away from everyone else. So we definitely felt safe, and the service was excellent, and like I said, the food was just amazing.
Now, another place you said you mentioned, or you ate in the notes here is Raglan Road. I haven't been there probably in a decade. So how was that for you?
That's my favorite place to go. So I booked that for my birthday as a little present to myself. As a big fan of Guinness, I love to go to Raglan Road. So we went there, and my kids love the live entertainment, the music, and the dancing. I highly recommend Raglan. It's a go-to, a must-do for us every trip we go.
So let me ask you, I got to get back there. People keep saying that, and I enjoyed it, but I just haven't been since almost right after it opened. God, that's been forever ago. I remember when that was new. Like it was like it's like you're going to Raglan Road. That's the new thing. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
it's
got to
one
go
of
back.
I know it's forever. It's crazy how much because that was I think Raglan Road was in the downtown Disney. It was in the downtown.
Probably, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've been doing this too long. It's crazy. Okay, any other meals, even if it was like a counter service meal or a snack or anything that you had that stood out that you remember that
I
was
mean,
kind of good?
I'm a big Mickey pretzel guy, so it's one Mickey pretzel a day at least, just to sustain me throughout the day. But I will say, I think one of the most underrated experiences in Hollywood studios is just getting the big pretzel with the cheese dip from Baseline Tap House, and
Yes.
then sitting outside in the shade and just watching people walk by and go in and out of Galaxy's Edge.
You know what that is? Well, now you just brought this to my attention, and now it's probably not anymore. When we had boarding groups back, before last week or before a couple of weeks ago at this point, that was like the adult holding pen if you waited out your boarding group. Like if you got close, say your boarding group 90,
Yeah.
you say, okay, we're in the 60s. People, I think, and I'm not kidding. I think people would go to, a baseline, get a beer flight, get
Yep.
a pretzel and cheese,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna ride this thing out here until we hit until I get called, and then I'll just walk right in. And
Like
I
the
think
waiting room.
that was like the bullpen, right? For
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rise. I mean, I think it totally was. But I've had that pretzel there because
It
we're doing the same thing. We were waiting for our rise boarding group.
yeah, this time I was waiting for my family who was in Muppets.
What are you scared of Muppets? Why were you?
No, so my oldest loves it, so we went there, like, 3 times a day, and I was like, "You know what? I can skip one of these and go get myself a flight of beer and a pretzel."
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of what's his name, Waldo, the one that the
Oh,
crazy.
that zips around and
Yeah, that's I don't get that part, but that's just he's not really a Muppet. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to bring up, you said you use mirrors to get back and forth from Disney Springs. So was that because you had your mother with the scooter?
Yes.
Okay,
So we just wanted to try to make it a little easier, and I knew Mears had some vans that would fit a scooter in the back, and, the kids would have booster seats. So I downloaded the app but then found out that you can't get booster seats and stuff through the app. It's really just like first come, first serve, whatever's near you. So I had to call, which not a big deal. The one downside to it is you have to pick up the scooter and put it in the back of the van, which, not easy.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. But the ease of it and the ability to have booster seats for the kids, it was awesome.
That's good to know, though. See, that's why I love these Monday shows because I haven't been in that situation, but it's good for folks to know that that is an option, but that's also
Yeah,
something to think about. Um,
and
that's
it's not expensive either. It was, and they were there within 5, 10 minutes each time I called.
a good deal.
Yeah.
All right, so hey, well, we're wrapping up, but any other stories or any other like things you're going to remember from this particular trip, or any tips you have for folks that are headed down here soon? Something you learned that might help somebody have a better trip themselves.
I think one thing that really works for us as a family, is doing a laundry day in the middle of the week.
I agree.
Yep. So you can pack half as many clothes, and then you take one of your pool afternoons, you throw in some laundry, you download the app so you know when it's done. I go switch it out, put it in the dryer, go swim some more, and then boom, laundry's done.
That is no kidding. We discovered this a long time ago when because we used to do things have been so weird over the last couple 3 years, but we used to always do a cruise every summer. So we would go down and stay like 3 nights, maybe 2 nights before the cruise, 5 nights on the cruise, and maybe stay like 4 after. We went for a long time because we were both teachers. So we didn't have anything to do over the summer. Those are the good old days. But the thing was, when you're gone that long, you just can't pack for that long. So we would do laundry, like you said, and we make it a pool day
Mhm.
because the laundry is usually right by the pools. Even sometimes, like at the moderates, it's right by one of the quiet pools.
Yeah,
And
which it is at Caribbean.
yeah, right. And it's at Coronado, it's the same way.
Yep.
So there's that app. You just download the app. It tells you, okay, you got washer number 6 and you got dryer number 17.
Yep.
And it starts up and then just tells you on the app, boom, it's done. You go in there, grab your clothes or swatch them out, and all that. And it's just like you said, you pack half. And I mean, it's just you think, okay, I'm not going to do laundry on my vacation, but because you think it's vacation, I don't want to do laundry. But the thing is, like, it makes things a lot easier on you. It really
Yeah, it helps with packing. It But it's laundry in Disney, so it's not so bad.
It's not too bad. You're chilling by the pool for the most part.
Exactly. I was sitting by the pool with the Joffreys.
Yeah, well, Coke Zero for me, but but it is hot in the laundry rooms, man. It is like, phew, you think it's humid outside in Florida, man? Those things.
It actually wasn't bad.
Oh my God, the one I was in, I remember one time I was down for a race weekend. I think I don't know what I think it was like in a November race weekend. I had to wash something. I spilled something on like one of my race shirts. And because usually I do it with my wife, like do the laundry with my wife. But I was trying to figure it all out, and I was in that laundry room, and it was hot outside. And I mean, the air must have been broke. It was at Coronado, and the air must have been broken. I mean, it was so humid in that laundry. I was like, oh my God, if I get locked in here, I'm dead in 7 minutes.
No, it really wasn't bad. The AC was working great. So
it was not grandiose. I'm like, they're gonna find me dead in here with a stained lizard running shirt. This is how it's gonna be. So, well, hey, Brad, I appreciate you jumping in here and kicking the week off. And thanks again. And so, any plans to go back? What's on the agenda for?
We're going back in March. We're going to stay off site and do a couple of days in the parks, and then we're going back in July to Caribbean Beach again.
Sounds good. I'll be down about that same time, so I have to hook up again.
Yeah, it sounds good, man.
All right. Well, thank you for starting your week with us here on the show. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. And of course, we'll be back on Wednesday and Friday with coverage from this weekend's events. We can't wait to bring that to you. But don't forget, today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Check them out for all your Disney trip planning needs. They're over at themagicforless.com. We would absolutely love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney vacation. Their services are absolutely free to you, and we promise to take great care of you from the time you decide to go to your Disney destination until the time you get back from the trip. So check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. One extra click means a lot to us. Please bookmark it and use it as often as you can. It really does help support the show. beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you again to our patrons who allow us to put this show out 3 to 4 times a week all around the world. Again, 2020 and 2021, ironically enough, have been the biggest growth in our podcast. It's because of your support. Thank you so much for that. We'd like to keep growing the show. And if you'd like to get in on that and get an extra show every Thursday called Mike in the Midwest, just visit patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Give us a follow on the social media, Instagram and Twitter at beourguestmike. Subscribe and follow the show on Facebook and also YouTube at Be Our Guest Podcast. And of course, we have our live shows on Sunday nights, but this Sunday night, we're taking it off because I will be coming back, hopefully, with a medal from the wonderful windy city of Chicago. Not saying I will. I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully I'll be somewhere heading south on Interstate 55 with a little bit of bling bling on the way home. So we'll see. So we'll get back to the live shows a week from Sunday, taking your calls and having a great time. So until Wednesday, where we get back together again, talking more Disney with you. For Brad, I'm Mike, wishing you an awesome Monday. Stay safe, stay healthy. Time to get back to work, and we'll see you real soon. Hey, Kate down in Australia. Hope you're doing well. I guess it's already Tuesday. Oh my God! Or no, Thursday. I can't remember. See, I thought it was Monday because we're doing a Monday show. I can't keep track of what day of the week.
You're all over the place, Mike.
I'm like, it's like Tuesday. I gotta whatever. Anyway, I can't keep up. All right, well, hey Brad, thank you so much, bud. I appreciate it.
Hey, it was a pleasure, and it's great to talk to you. And again, I hope to get to see you in Disney again.
Yes, we'll do another show when you get back.
Hey, sounds good. I can't wait. And go Cards, man. They're on fire.
Oh my God. We're playing the backups all tonight because I think they all got too drunk last night. So we'll see how tonight's game goes. But yeah,
hey, it's 17 in a row is pretty good.
That's unbelievable. I cannot. This team was dead. This team could not throw a strike in June.
Hey, that was like my Yankees, man. They were atrocious, and all of a sudden they've caught fire.
But see, you're still in a race over there. Like
we are.
I mean, it's more fun, but it also takes years off your life. Like, I love that we just killed the wild card. Like,
yeah,
because I mean, like the Reds had it, they and the Padres, man, they had it live.
Oh, you guys just stole it right from under them.
I love that.
Awesome.
Anyway, all right, I got to roll, but yeah, I'll talk to you. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Have a great trip.
Okay, I appreciate it. I will.
Take care, Mike.